Yes, hello, good, right. Told that I tell stories well. Here's one. Here's a story. Here's a story. I worked at a establishment called Maryville Addiction Treatment Center, and I worked there because I no longer work there. I got fired. So my story has to do with a patient we had who was from a place called Ancora, which is a mental asylum in Hamilton, New Jersey. And it's interesting, my relationship with Ancora, because Ancora, I used to be afraid of Ancora. I peed in my pants. I peed in my pants a couple times over Ancora. I worked at a place called Hiawatha, which borders. It's a Christian day camp, sometimes summer camp, that it borders Ancora. And sometimes, for no general reason, crazies, people in white will walk on to Hiawatha for just because. Not the criminally insane. They're not the scary kind. They're the kind that they allow to do gardening after they've been given their meds. Just walk on to camp. Just walk away. And it's not so scary, but like, I remember one night I was working all summer, went home for the weekend. I didn't want to come home that weekend. I didn't feel like doing it. So I decided to sleep in the tent. It's camp, after all. So I decided I was going to sleep in this tent. And one of my friends, they were like, hey, aren't you going home for the weekend? I was like, no, I'm going to sleep in the tent. I was so proud of myself, and they said, what are you going to do about Ancora? Who's Ancora? You know, Ancora, they're crazy hospital, like, it's like right over there. I decided to not sleep there. I went to a place with locks. I did, and it's interesting where the places life takes you, because now I worked at this addiction treatment center, and I got people from Ancora all the time. And they're quite sweet once you get to know them. You know, it's like while I was at Hiawatha, the people in Ancora, they seemed to me more like Jason from Friday the 13th, but now they're Zach Galifianakis from. It's kind of a funny story. You just love them, they're lovable, and you just want to embrace them and go, it's okay, I know you're crazy, but we're going to work through this. And I want to tell you this specific story about this guy, Mike. I loved Mike. Mike was clinically depressed and was an opiate user. I remember I was 4 months in. I was a baby CIT. I was a counselor in training, and they said, Ryan, you're going to just wait here, and I'm going to take all the guys out to smoke. And the person training me took all the 55 male clients, some of them inmates. We were brave, and we took them out, and we let them smoke out front of the building. And our little foyer, our little station, our little desk, my TARDIS, if you will. And down here is a hallway. Detox down that way, and Mike was all the way down that hallway, last room. And they said, Ryan, take this orange juice to Mike. He's sad. So I said, challenge accepted. Okay, I'm going down there. I like Mike. He's a cool guy. Covered in tattoos, a couple teardrops, which doesn't always mean you're in a gang. It doesn't have to mean that. It can mean you're just sad. So I take the orange juice. I walk down there. And I walk in there, and he's covered in his bed. Hey, Ryan. And I was like, hey, Mike. Hi. How you doing? I'm sad. It's okay. It's okay, Mike. It's alright. I got you an orange juice. He thanked me. Gave me one of his trademark smiles. And I said, Mike, what's wrong? And he looked at me right now. Ryan, I'm worried. I know I need to be here. I know I need the help. But I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up for myself. I'm afraid I'm going to like I mess up everything in my life. I'm just afraid. What do I do? I'm afraid I'm gonna get kicked out. And I said, listen, Mike. Are you listening, Mike? Look at me. Look at my pupils. I will not kick you out. unless you do something crazy. So you're fine. Don't worry about it. I gave him his orange juice. Thank you. He was all happy. I walked away. And now I'm back in the control room of my TARDIS, and I'm thinking, something's about to happen. Something big. I look into my monitor, and one of my monitors, they show me what happens at the end of the hallway, of the residential hallway. And another camera shows me what's going on near me, like right here. And I see Mike leave his room. Why is he leaving his room? He walks down the hallway and there's this big blind spot. I don't see him until I see him in the other camera walking toward me, holding something. Fire extinguisher. He was holding a fire extinguisher, okay? I'm sitting there like, Mike, 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 Mike. He looks at me like this. He keeps going. He just keeps walking. He keeps going. I'm like, what are you doing, Mike? Out to where all the guys are smoking. He's like, he sprays all of them. Sprays them down hard. He got kicked out immediately because he did something crazy. I miss Mike. I hope he's doing well. Pray for Mike. If you think of him. Thank you.